Christina Quackenbush, and my restaurant's Milkfish. I grew up making the food, always sitting there like just pulling on my mom's shirt, like, "What are you making?" And I just grew up with a love of making food. I grew up on a farm, so it was always farm to table stuff, and that's the kind of upbringing I've had as far as food's concerned. So everything I do has always been from scratch. And then learning how to cook food, it made me want to be in the restaurants, and so now I've been in there for 25 years. Growing up on a farm, I got to do all this all the time. Every single vegetable you can think of. You know, I learned to butcher meat, and I learned to fish. All the stuff that chefs go to school to learn, stuff I learned from my mother and my grandmother and growing up. I really cook from the soul, and everything that I cook, like, I want people to touch them some way, you know, with it, because that love is very, very important when you're cooking food. Because you can tell when someone cooks with that love and when they do. It's just different. I take everything here and I deconstruct all of our food and then I put it back together for the rest. I definitely want it to be have the standard that Filipino food is, yet have, you know, my main thing is keeping it fresh and, you know, original but fresh and somewhat different. It's traditional items redone. One thing that a lot of people like to do when we do our specials is we fuse New Orleans and Filipino food together, like a boudin and lumpia, like a boudin egg roll, and, you know, stuff like that. One thing we're also known for is that we cater to everybody. So we have a vegan menu, a pescatarian menu, a vegetarian menu, a gluten-free menu, and so I'm serious when I say I want people to try Filipino food and not have anything holding back. I am not aiming for tourists. I'm not even aiming for Filipinos. My thing is the locals and the people that live here. You can't live here and not have an appreciation for food. It's just not possible. But you know how in New Orleans food they have the holy trinity of onion and celery and like that. I have garlic, black pepper, and vinegar. Like, you get with those three things, you can make any dish Filipino. So chicken adobo itself, and depending on what region you go to, is different every single region. But that's the one thing that pretty much every Filipino person knows how to make. You know, so anytime we get Filipinos, we call them cousins. And since I have an open kitchen, they're able to come up here and talk to me. So they'll always, especially Filipinos, they'll come in and want to make sure that Filipinos cooking their food. I'm like, well, you know, oh yeah, it's not your grandmother's or your aunt's. This is definitely something different. But eat it. It's really good. This is my dream. This was my dream forever. I've always wanted to have a restaurant, and so everything that I've collected through the years, you know, that I've learned, it's all here. Everything's here. My favorite memories are definitely the ones that involve my kids, and us getting, like, when we first started hearing, like, we was getting all these articles, and they were making, like, national news, and then we made world news, and just to have my family there, we shared it together. It's like, guys, this is a collective. From everyone, you know, we all did this together. It's not just me. It's not just my food. This is us.